Puppet!
What's up?
It's time for DC After Dark, my friend.
It is. It is after dark. You could tell my studio isn't as lit as it was.
You know, I should do that. I should
show.
turn my studio lights down and call it and have it like a different color for DC After Dark. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure those LEDs are changeable, right?
I mean, everything's changeable, but yeah,
you could change the colors.
Yeah, I could change whatever color I want. You know, I can make them blue and yellow, like
Biden's evil Nazi speech.
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah, the dark Brandon studio. Yeah, I can make them whatever color I want. If I want, I can make them blue and yellow, like the Ukrainian flag. I'm sure you saw that Mike Johnson now apparently is threatening, or got the sergeant of arms to threaten congressional members sharing the video of the blue and yellow. You know, the Democrats waving the Ukrainian flags. Did you see this?
No, I didn't hear that part of it. I mean, I did see the flags.
Yeah, no. So now, Michael Johnson is threatening congressmen if they show that video. They have to take down their videos because
anything that goes on in there we have a right to see it.
Yeah, I don't know what the basis is. I have to look it up.
I mean, this is the crap that just drives me nuts. Like, you guys can't do stuff and try to hide it from the American people. That's the problem.
Well, I just don't understand where like everybody knows it happened at this point. So is Johnson just mad because it's embarrassing his look, how is Mike Johnson
shit?
Right, how is Speaker Johnson not angry with with the Democrats for waving Ukrainian flags in the congressional chamber instead of the American flag? Instead, they're threatening the Republicans who are exposing it.
Right.
Good Lord.
Well, of course they would. It's the same reason why an ex-president is on trial for some bullcrap hush money that's not even a crime.
Yeah, that's going on today too. It continues to go. Man, Puppet, every day gets crazier and crazier.
It does. It really freaking does.
And I try to unpack all of this, and sometimes I try to be intellectual, and I try to...
Well, that ain't tonight.
No. I try to break it down for people, like, okay, here's what's going on, and here's what's behind it. I try to be smart, like I did in the space last night when we were talking about origins of communism and other weird things for 3 hours. But, you know, sometimes it's fun to be intellectual about things. But I don't think I can be intellectual anymore because everything is just so stupid. So
it is.
So we'll talk about the Trump trial here in a second. Guys, hang on. I completely forgot to do the...
We've got to talk about what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. We have General Flynn coming on at 8:30 p.m. tonight, coming on the show, joining Puppet and I. We're going to talk about... Because today is a really big day. Because today, the Flynn, Deliver the Truth, whatever the cost, is released everywhere. Now, it's available on several streaming platforms. It's also available in Target, Walmart, Amazon, and now you can actually stream it today. So today is the official release of the movie, and it's really exciting. This movie, and we're going to talk to General Flynn later, coming on the show to talk about it, and our favorite Chad Caton is going to join us as well. He's on tour with General Flynn. And so he's going to talk about what's going on the tour, what the tour is like, the people they're meeting. We're also going to talk about the movie because it releases today. And man, what a movie it is. Because what's going on is he's exposing the way he was treated by this deep state, the same deep state that targets Trump. And he was pretty much the first one to go down. I mean, they got him early. And we'll talk about that with General Flynn once he comes on here at 8:30. So guys, stick around. 8:30, General Flynn's coming on with Chad Caton on the tour, and today is the release of the movie. So if you guys haven't seen it yet,
this is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal.
It really is a big deal.
To have General Flynn on the show tonight. I mean, you've interviewed General Flynn couple weeks ago.
I have had that honor, yes.
In the upcoming in preparation for this release, but to have him here tonight on the release day is just pretty cool, and I'm excited about that.
And you know what? He's excited to see you. Chad Caton spoke to him earlier, and he said, and actually, as a matter of fact, General Flynn retweeted the promo earlier, and he says, what was the language he used? He said he was looking forward to it, but he used a different word. He said, almost like he was intrigued to see, that's it. Here's General Flynn's post. This ought to be interesting, he said. So I don't know if we're going to disappoint him. I don't know what he's expecting. I'm sure Chad is giving him a brief about we have a puppet, and I think he's excited to talk to you, Puppet.
Well, I'm excited to talk to him because, he's a living person who, a living person. Of course he is. Puppet. He's alive. Unlike me.
Do you have living person envy?
I think I do. But
Yeah.
He's actually dealt with this deep state blob and the repercussions of actually trying to be pro-America.
Yeah, and he's met quite a few puppets, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I'm sure he's met a ton of puppets.
I think he might have even been accused himself of being a Putin puppet by the left. Why are you frozen?
I'm frozen.
Well, you're a puppet, and so when you don't move your hand, you look frozen.
I don't move my hands ever. They're just down there, like they're down there. There they are. Look at my hands. They don't move. Oh my God.
What
I'm either trying to be very professional or I'm praying all the time.
So how do you decide what to do with your hands, Puppet?
Well, there's not a whole lot of options.
Yeah.
So they either can do that, or they can like fall by my side.
Now, other puppets have those little sticks, and their hands go up and down.
I have some sticks.
Yeah,
yeah, but I prefer not to use them.
One day, are we going to get the sticks? Maybe. How would you do that? Not you, because you're a real puppet. But if somebody were to control a puppet, how do they control the arms with sticks if they have two arms and use the hand with the mouth? If, not you, because you're a real puppet, but if somebody was operating a puppet.
Yeah. So you would use your dominant hand for the mouth, and then you would use your other hand with two sticks in one hand, like chopsticks, and you would operate both arms independently with one hand. Totally doable.
That seems difficult.
It's called puppeteering. Yeah. Yes, it does. It's a professional skill.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know that. I respect people who control puppets. Now, you're lucky because you're a real puppet and you don't have anybody controlling you. Yeah. Although the talk of your manhole makes me wonder.
I am the Donald Trump of puppets. Like I'm fully functioning. Like I don't have to. People don't have to tell me where to go. It's not like Biden where it's like I got to stand where? Oh, here. Am I allowed to take a question? I mean,
oh my gosh.
Nope, I'm not allowed to say anything because they'll get mad at me if I say anything. So where do I go?
Oh God, that's the worst. When he tries to shake hands with invisible people.
One time it's a little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Second time you're like, well, that's weird. Third time you're like, okay, something's wrong with this.
Yeah.
Seventh time, 10th time.
So yeah, well,
welcome to dementia land, boys.
So I'm gonna go off whatever. It's DC After Dark. We talk about whatever we want. Yeah. So today, the Tesla release. Yeah. So listen, let's back up. Elon Musk runs X, right? Well, owns X now. He liberated us from Jack Dorsey's censorship,
tyranny, and censorship. Yeah.
Right. And so today, this Model 3 Performance was released.
Oh, this is the one you've been waiting on.
I've been excited about it. So yeah, it's like 530 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Very exciting stuff. So the car comes out today, and what does the media reporting? Tesla earnings fall short of low expectations. Sharp drop. Profit down 48%. Revenue 9%. Affordability to ease fever pitch. There is meet diehard sticking with the stock despite disastrous year. Shares in no man's land. 43% route. May lose crown to Toyota. Musk slams Australia ban. And anyway, calling him an arrogant billionaire, apparently, who's Australia's prime minister. Why do you think they're so big mad at Elon Musk because he gave people free speech that they're just going to go after him wherever they can? Remember they tried to like get his NASA contracts canceled because he apparently smoked pot on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
It's insane.
This guy should be their golden boy. Like, he's done more for the green electric car movement than any person on the planet.
Yeah.
He should be like their guy.
Yeah.
They should be. And at one point, they were definitely more pro Elon Musk than they are now. But the fact that they aren't, and the fact that they condemn him, and the fact that they go after him, and the fact that they trying to shut him down is proof that this isn't about any of that.
Well, right.
This has nothing to do with actually caring about the environment or green or climate change or any, because then they would be all over Musk. They would be giving Musk everything they could to support him because he's got the key pole position in the electric car market.
Right. Well, and
but they kept him out of the White House discussion on electric cars.
That's exactly right. And like here, he's the pioneer in this whole green. You're exactly right. And they're like, I guess he's not their green person, which really goes to show you
that they don't care.
They really don't care.
This is politics, not actual giving a crap about any of these positions they say they care about.
Right.
It's control. This is control.
Right. And really that's what it is. It's not about, I'm trying to repost this on Twitter. But yeah, it's really not about green at all. It's about them doing whatever they do and calling it green. And the fact that they keep targeting the pioneer of green energy, it's just insane. But anyhow, I just thought it was hilarious that, guys, if you ever want, I'm talking to the audience now, if you ever want to see how the fake news crafts a narrative, look at the way they're attacking Elon Musk today, the day that he releases a car. I mean, they're just so mad at him. It is what it is. So Pecker was testifying today at trial again. National Enquirer Pecker. Right?
Yeah.
David Pecker. So he testifies today. Interesting enough, he talks about an agreement he made with Michael Flynn. I don't know that his testimony was really, again, what are they trying to show here? They're just really trying to paint Trump. I figured this out today. I said I wasn't going to be intellectual, but I am going to be. Here is what they're trying to do. This entire trial is going to do two things. The first thing they're trying to do is supposedly if Trump wanted to give this hush money to Stormy Daniels, if he wanted to actually do that, it was because he would have been embarrassed about this revelation that he had an affair with her, apparently, which both of them denied, right? So what are they trying to do? They're going to replay over and over again the details of what he wanted hushed, right? To embarrass him. They're going to introduce, and I can't believe they're going to do this, but the judge is allowing them. I think we talked about this yesterday, to talk about the verdicts in that E. Jean Carroll case and the civil lawsuits. They want to basically use this to embarrass the president as long as they can embarrass him for that. That's what this is about. It's about embarrassing Trump. Now, interesting enough, I was looking at today, what happens if Trump were to actually get sentenced to jail, whether it be for violating the gag order or actually found guilty, and they decide that Trump, who's surrounded by Secret Service, and such a risk to the community that has to be incarcerated, if they decide that, I was looking into what they would do. So Secret Service apparently would have to go to prison with Donald Trump because he's required to have protection. They would basically have to section off a whole section of jail just for the president. His food would have to be tasted and checked for, foreign things. Basically, it would become such a nightmare to have to imprison Donald Trump. It's just the most crazy thing. But it wouldn't keep him from being elected. Did you know that, Puppet? You can be convicted of a felony. The Constitution does not preclude someone from being president. So he could be president
from jail.
From jail.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be a pisser.
Man, I tell you, you can't get crazier. I saw a headline today. National Guard.
They're going to bend every rule and hide everything they can do to not let this guy get elected. I mean, that is just the reality of it.
Yeah, well, of course, because they don't want him to be president. So,
no.
But and Matt Gaetz was right. We played this clip on the David Pollack show last night. Matt Gaetz was right that if the Democrats get majority of the House, they're going to use that majority to try to stop Donald Trump from becoming president, whether they're moving from the ballot, whether they say he's ineligible because of whatever. They will do whatever they can possibly do to keep him off the ballot. And they'll use what Alvin Bragg is doing in New York, even though, look, even if he is convicted here, and I do think he's going to get convicted because this isn't a real trial. Somebody got upset with me. A liberal friend of mine got upset with me because I said it's not a real trial. And he says, I'll just defend Trump no matter what. But the thing is, it's not a real trial because these charges shouldn't have even been brought. So even if he gets convicted, and I think he will again because it's not a real trial, it still has to go to an appeal, and eventually it'll end up in the Supreme Court, which, by the way, there's a hearing coming up on Thursday about presidential immunity, and Trump's not allowed to go. But it'll eventually, yeah. Oh, yeah, because they won't let him out of court. They won't let him leave the trial to go to the Supreme Court. Did you know that, Puppet?
It's insane.
It is insane. They're not letting him go to his son's graduation, too. You heard that one, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, they're not letting him go to the Supreme Court either, which is just insane. So, anyway, so this thing's going to go on and on. But even if they get the conviction, they're going to be able to use that conviction while it's being appealed to just tarnish Trump and hit Trump and hit Trump. And of course, all the fake news is out there suggesting that Trump is slumping in the polls, that Trump is falling behind with moderate voters, independent voter, which none of this is true. But they're trying to make it seem as if what's going on in New York is so serious that the voters are starting to turn on Trump. None of that's true. None of that's true. So anyway, this is what we're dealing with. We got a National Enquirer guy named David Pecker testifying at a hush money hearing. He's talked about how he made up stories before, by the way. Did you know that they make up stories in the National Enquirer? Did you know that? He'd admitted it. He admitted it.
He admitted they made up stories?
Yeah, about Ted Cruz's father and Lee Harvey Oswald. None of those were true. They made them up.
They said Ted Cruz's dad was Lee Harvey Oswald?
No. Two different things that they lied up, but they made up. It's a National Enquirer.
It's a National Enquirer, people. We know it's made up.
Right. So anyway, interesting. And I'm excited when General Flynn comes on later. I'm interested to talk to him about it, find out what his take is on the trial. Look, he went through hell, what they put General Flynn through. They threatened his family. They threatened to put him in jail. They threatened him to bankrupt him, essentially. And this was a man that served his country for his entire career. He served in some very high positions, saved countless American lives, was deployed in several theaters. He led our entire intelligence apparatus, and he was Trump's national security advisor. And they wanted to put him in jail for lying to the FBI. And while Hunter Biden walks free. So this movie, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. And right before he comes on, I'll play the promo for everybody. This is his story about what happened, and it has to be told. I don't want to get on that tangent because we're going to talk about the air in a minute. I want to talk about some other things that are going on right now.
Wait on General Flynn for General Flynn.
Yeah. So did you see this? This is the craziest thing in the world. So there's Washington Times is reporting GOP senators urge Biden to mobilize National Guard to protect Jewish college students. So this is in wake of everything. Columbia University, by the way, we talked about this last night. Mm-hmm. Columbia University canceled in-person classes for the rest of the year. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
In person for the rest of the year, It's like it's COVID or something because of the threat that these protesters pose to campus. So Columbia, so now
can't you get your kid? If you can't do classes in person because of threats to the campus,
you should get your money back.
Yeah, or give the people their money back. That's BS.
They're asking. It's not
for
like
that, this is a cheap thing.
Yeah, I think the tuition was like something like $70,000 a year or something crazy.
Yeah,
and
people
are asking for their money back. They're saying if you're not going to have classes, and then yesterday, I don't know if I saw this later. The former, I guess the owner of the New England Patriots, he's pulling money from Columbia. He's not going to give them money anymore because of the anti-Semitic positions of the administration. It's crazy. Anyway, Puppet, the world's going crazy.
I know, man.
No,
I can tell you. I see it, and I don't even have working eyes.
Oh, another thing happened. George Santos, a friend of our show, he withdrew his independent run.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, for that New York 1 seat that he was seeking. He withdrew his independent run because he doesn't want to lose the House to the Democrats because of him running as a spoiler. So he withdrew. He's going to pave the way for the Republicans to hold that seat. And he said more to come. He'll be back. He's not going anywhere, but he's not. He withdrew from that. I was going to write a story about that DC Patriot.
Yeah, that's actually, that's admirable.
Yeah. The guy that kicked out of Congress has more integrity than the people who stayed in it, it seems.
And more patriotism to his and party affiliation or party
more loyalty to the party, but it's more to the country because he knows what Democrats would do if they got power. That's what he's trying to prevent. It's not to help the Republicans. It's to protect America from what Democrats would do. So anyway, that's what's going on there. That happened today. Crazy day. And
so much has happened.
It always does. Anyhow,
you're going to like this.
It is sometimes we just have to laugh about it, and we do. What the heck were we talking about last night in a Twitter space? We were talking about charcuterie boards.
Oh yes, you were getting razzed because you had never had Gouda and apples before. But I mean, I think there's probably a lot of people that never had Gouda and apples before. I gotta say.
No. It was a smoked Gouda.
Yeah, I was Gouda and apples.
Yeah, I was eating smoked Gouda, and I ate an apple, and I'm like, holy crap, this is a good conversation. And George Santos was in our space.
Yeah.
And apparently he was like, that's a common item.
A culinary expert, right?
Yeah, on charcuterie boards. Now, granted, I don't do as many brunches as George Santos.
Yeah, he probably does a lot of brunches.
Yeah, so he knows. But then he went to other combos like melon and prosciutto. And I just got distracted by the comments. Chad Caton says he's on his way to, I guess he's talking about General Flynn. And by the way, the pill.net chat is heating up. We got a cookie from Ziploc, and I really appreciate that cookie. And Matt1776 says, what's up, fam? So,
are you, is this streaming on yours or is this
on mine?
We streaming on
my Pilled account. Yep. So I just want to say what's up to our Pilled family, and I want to say what's up to our X family over here. We're in chats everywhere, by the way. I'm in the chat on Pilled. I'm in the chat on X. I'm trying to communicate with our audiences in many places as possible while running this show and trying to think about things to talk about until General Flynn joins us at 8:30. How am I doing?
You're doing great, bud. You're doing great. I mean, for once, I have to say that you're not doing terribly.
Oh God, that's gross. I appreciate the compliment, but I don't like getting complimented from you. It just makes you feel icky.
Well, I didn't say it was good. I just said it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's like ew.
But I'm on here too, so I mean, I'm the better part of the show.
You make the show better, Puppet. And at first,
I try.
Even though some people are weirded out by you, like Natalie Winters is definitely weirded out by you, but that's okay. I think you're the X factor for here at DC.
I like Natalie Winters. I'm not weirded out by her.
No, she's actually very smart. And when I say actually very smart, it's like when I don't mean like you wouldn't expect her to be. By that, I mean she's smarter than most people who are on TV. And when you start talking to her, when you start hearing what her brain has inside of it, and if you see her on the What If podcast, you ever seen that What If podcast, by the way?
I have not.
Oh, hey, General Flynn's backstage. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and play because he's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play the preview of the movie so everybody can see what it's about. And then we're going to bring in General Flynn because he's on the bus and ready to rock, and we're ready to have him. So let me go ahead and throw this promo up real quick, Puppet, and then we're going to be rolling here. Hold on, let me throw this up here.
President's former National Security Advisor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, pleading guilty today to lying to the FBI.
Flynn knew exactly how the system worked. He knew exactly what the intel world had been up to. He understood its funding. They had to get rid of Flynn.
There was a moment where I just felt like I was drowning. So I'm in there with these other political appointees. They're all supposed to go in there and tell what they believe to be the truth. What they did was they took my assessment and they wanted me to change it. And I was like, I'm not changing it.
He was, by definition, the most dangerous possible person for Donald Trump to hire.
President Obama said, but I do have one specific recommendation. Stay away from Michael Flynn. He's bad news.
Over time, instead of being pounded down below the surface of the ocean, we started to fight. I'm now above the surface.
That is good stuff, Puppet. I'm honored to bring in the one and only General Flynn. General Michael Flynn, welcome to DC After Dark. I know we hung out together on the David Pollock show. This is a different experience. This is when. Are you driving the bus?
No, God, no. I mean, we're in massive traffic right outside of Portland, Oregon, right now. But yeah, you know, it looked like Puppet was in that trailer. Is Puppet in that trailer? If you guys just showed.
There's a few puppets in that trailer.
General, I think there's a lot of puppets in politics.
You're not kidding.
And you probably know better than I.
You guys, this is I got all kinds of. Oh my God, I get people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, General. How is that going, by the way? What is it like? So you've endured a lot in your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and a lot of it is detailed here in the movie. But does anything you've been through compared to sharing a bus with Chad Caton?
It is absolute blast. We are having so much fun, and we have a 4-vehicle convoy to this RV. We have a truck with a whole bunch of video equipment and some other stuff that we bring into the movies, into the filming at each site, and then 2 SUVs with some other support staff, and it's a great time. I mean, we're having so much fun. We stop at all these gas stations like Circle J's and Pilots along the highway, and just BS with people that we meet. You know, take videos. We're documenting. We're actually documenting the entire thing. We're going to make a documentary out of this journey around the country, 35 cities, 55 days, and to show this amazing film. The feedback we've been getting is really, really great, and I'm really humbled by it. People can go to flynnmovie.com and check it out.
And not just flynnmovie.com, well, guys should go and check it out. Today is the actual release day. Now, we've been previewing this movie for, I feel like, months. We've all been very excited about it. Today, it's actually the launch day. It's the big day. Spotlights in the air. Everybody's excited, eating popcorn. I always hated when you go to a movie, and this is why people need to watch movies in home theaters, because when you go to a movie, why is it, General, that as soon as it gets quiet, they serve the loudest snacks in the most crinkly bags? Who invented popcorn for the movies? The snack that you have to crunch and chew. How did this become a thing in movie theaters?
Yeah, what upsets me is when people bring in their own, like, Frito-Lays or something, or chips and dip. You know, they're just in there, they're like, you know, they're just munching on. I mean, when they sneak in their own stuff. I mean, come on, people. I get it, but come on. You know, I mean, give the theaters a little break. You know, eat the popcorn, drink a lousy, watered down, Coca-Cola
$17 Coke.
$17 Coke. All right. I'll let them bring in their own bottle of water. But yeah, get rid of the crunchy snacks. I mean, we got to go to like real quiet snacks. No more Fritos. No more chips or whatever. Whatever they are. The things that crackle.
Yeah, and then of course you got the cups with the ice and they're spinning, and then you're like, oh, and then you have the whole thing before a movie starts, and you're like, shh, and you're like, are you kidding? And then they remind people to go to the concession stand where they go and get even more loud snacks, in between answering phones. People don't know how to watch movies anymore.
And then they don't turn off their phones, and they're playing like all kinds of rap music or some crazy song that comes on, that's their ringtone, right? I mean, their ringtone it's unbelievable. And you learn all kinds of things about a person's ringtone from the movie theater. You have like 3 or 4 of them go off. I swear to God, it's like somebody's ringtone goes off. Anyway, we've had amazing turnout in 12 cities we've been to. We have, like last night, we were in Yuba City at a great venue. We had about 500 people, actually over 500 people last night. Probably it's our second or third biggest night so far. We've been averaging probably 300, and we've had a high of 900. And last night was a little over 500. I think we had, I think it was Georgia or Nashville was 400. But great turnout, great response. The movie's amazing. It's the #1 on Amazon for all DVDs.
Wow.
It is today. You're right about the streaming. Today is the launch day for streaming, and that's really good. So that's streaming. People can rent it for like $4.99. Apple's iTunes, Salem, YouTube. I think Google Play is the other one.
Yep. But Salem now, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV. Yep. And I think it's coming up. You could stream it on Amazon April 30th. Voodoo and Fandango June 4th, and Redbox on June 4th as well.
Yeah, Voodoo and Fandango. I like those names. Voodoo.
Yeah.
So people can go. So the name of the movie is Flynn, Deliver the Truth, Whatever the Cost. It is a story of survival, just incredible levels of persecution. But I along with the team that we have, and particularly the director Scott Wiper, we wove the story so it wasn't just about woe is me, Mike Flynn. It was about the persecution of America and how one family went through it and fought back. And we did fight back, and we decided to fight back at a certain point in time when we realized just how egregious things were. And I'll tease it out there because there's some really intimate moments in this movie where people that have watched it, you can't help but get emotional during this movie because of certain parts that do play out that my family experienced. And at the end, though, I'll tease the end a little bit. The end is really about inspiration, and it's about inspiration for all Americans. All of us go through a tough time. All of us have a really difficult moment in life. A loss of a sibling, a breakup of a marriage, or just some ugly events that happen in life. And that's not how you will be judged. You will be judged by what you did about it. And I think that all of us now in America realize that we're going through this just maddening persecution as our Bill of Rights, our Constitution, our rule of law, everything's under assault. The weaponization of government against the American people is just out of control. And this movie is not about Democrats and Republicans. So I want people to get over that. You'll be surprised at some of the things we talk about, and some of the people that we issues that we raise, and some of the people that we talk about. It really hits on all sides of the sort of political aisles, so to speak. And it is it's a really fascinating insight into something that happened, but tragically it's still happening, and it's happening to far too many people. And frankly, one of the things that we do bring out is how often what happened to me happens to minorities in this country. And we talk about that because the conviction rates in our country are like the last 3 or 4 years in a row, they're like 97% conviction rates, because our weaponized Department of Justice, they don't care about the truth. They don't care about discovering the truth. They're not incentivized by they don't get promoted or get raises in government, because they get raises in government. They get bonuses, they call them, by discovering the truth. The more people they can convict, the more people they can throw in jail, and they don't care. And frankly, the majority of those people are minorities, and minorities not just in color alone, not just blacks or Hispanics. It's poor people, it's white people, it's Caucasians. I guess I'm a Caucasian. I can define myself as he, she, it, they, them, when, where, how, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? This is really it's about all of us. So anyway.
So you're exactly right, and I think one of the good things that's going to come out, you always got to look for the good, right? And you're doing a whole lot of good. But one of the good things I think is going to come out of this, especially the images of Trump going and getting a mugshot in Atlanta, the fact that you stood up to them and you have this movie showing people what you dealt with. I think what it's going to do is exactly right. You're going to expose what underserved communities have been dealing with for decades. A lot of Joe Biden's tough on crime and drug policies have people in jail right now for things that are legal now. There are people still in jail for having smaller amounts of pot on them than you can go and get a dispensary recreationally now in Colorado. And the justice system is about convictions, not about justice a lot of the times. And if you don't have access to quality representation, you can end up in jail for a long time because they overcharge, and then they just want to get the conviction even for lesser offense. We've seen this in almost every case, but you stood up to them. Trump stood up to them. And this is what it's going to take. It's going to take guys like you standing up to them and exposing what they're doing, and we can get real reform to make this country exactly what the promise is of this country. General Flynn, I want to ask you, though, because you do a lot of interviews. I want to ask you, since DC After Dark, we have a puppet. So we're going to ask a little different type of questions for you here. Puppet was wondering, because he's seen a lot of movies that are based on real-life people. He wants to know, when you watched the movie, were you happy with the person who played General Flynn?
When I watched the movie, actually the person that played General Flynn was General Flynn. So I guess I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with myself. Now, I wasn't certain. I will tell you, after watching the movie, or while I was watching it, I wasn't certain how other people were going to perceive the story. And honestly, we really worked hard on we wanted to make it a very honest, authentic, intimate, and absolutely true story. And so, yeah, I guess I was happy with myself. Sometimes I'm not so happy with myself, but today I'm happy.
Yeah, Puppet,
that's good.
Puppet, you said, Puppet, you said, man, I saw the preview. I saw General Flynn. I saw Tucker. It looked just like them, right? Weren't you talking about that, Puppet, before he came on?
I did. I said, man, the likeness is uncanny. Those are some really good puppets they made, or good CGI.
Yeah.
CGI.
Puppet,
General, you say that the end of the movie is about inspiration and hope. Are you saying then that based on, from where you were when you did the movie and when you went through when you did the movie to now, do you think that there's still gives hope and inspiration to people who feel like they're being persecuted and under attack right now in terms of our position, our point of view, and the MAGA Republican America First Party?
Yeah, I'll tell you, there have been a couple of examples that we had in South Carolina, and also I think it was Wichita. We had a couple of district attorneys show up, people that were attorneys, right? And they came and spoke to me about afterwards. They came in and we actually chatted about the kinds of things that they were seeing and why they got involved in local politics, right? And why they were doing what they're doing. So that mattered to me. The other thing that I have experienced in this visiting of at least 12 cities now, I probably run into 4 or 5 families of J6ers, people that have yet to see a judge. 3 years in prison, 3 years. One case, 4 years in a prison, never been in front of a judge. That's, we're supposed to have due process in this country. So yes, one of the things that I am adamant of, that if ever given the opportunity to go back into government, And I do believe we can get back into government. We can do this. We have the right leadership. We have the right champions for America. We get back in there. We do have to reform this system. We cannot have this system of government the way it is. There's just no way. I mean, and what they do is they pile on felonies, right? They pile on felonies. I talk about it in the movie, and I'll let you guys know here on this show. They piled on 6 felonies on me. Now, in Trump's case, they got 91. So they pile them on, and what they do, why they do that is they figure that the weight and the burden on the shoulders of that person is going to be so extraordinary, and then the cost of fighting all these different cases is going to be so extraordinary that the defendant finally says, all right, shit, I give. I just can't take it anymore. And so they say, okay, I'll take a plea deal. I was in I got subpoenaed to the Georgia grand jury, and I met Fannie Willis. I was questioned by her boyfriend. He sat right behind me for 4.5 hours. Her boyfriend, I didn't know it was her boyfriend at the time. Boy, I wish I did, because I would have said something. So I would have said some smart-ass remark to him if I knew it then. But what have we learned about our justice system? We've learned that our justice system is two-tiered, it's weaponized, and it goes after people that they don't like politically. These are political hit jobs that are happening in our country, and it has to end. Because you know what? At some point in time, the power is going to transfer. And once the power transfers, you don't want somebody like a Mike Flynn in there who really understands the government, really understands the agencies, activities, commissions, departments that we have, and knows how to reform, because that's what my thing is. And they just didn't give me the time. Now, last point I'll make before you guys jump on me. In this movie, I talk about the inner circle around President Trump, because this is not just a bashing of the left, right? A bashing of the Obama administration. There were people inside of the Trump administration. You can call them uniparty or whatever you want to call them, but they were part of my problem, and they frankly were part of Trump's problem, and in some cases they still are. And that also has to end, I guess, in a way where we really have to look at the people that we want leading this country. And I'm tired of the politicians that just want our money. I want leaders who want to make a difference. That's really all I want.
That's it.
And if we can get that, and I know we have people in this country that can do it. I'm meeting them every single day, every time I go around this beautiful country of ours, even though we're stuck in traffic right now. But it's a great country, and we're having a wonderful experience going around the country and doing this tour, showing this film. But those, we have 23 more left. Can buy it streaming now, and then go to flynnmovie.com or Apple iTunes. The name of the film is FlynnDeliveredTheTruth.com, or Flynn Delivered the Truth, whatever the cost. You can go to FlynnMovie.com. And today is a big day for the film, because today is sort of the debut day.
The kickoff. Today
for the movie on streaming, which is really how a kickoff show. So after dark, DC After Dark. God, DC After Dark, man. I'm telling you what, stay inside. Definitely stay inside, especially you. especially you, puppet. Oh my God. God knows what they'll do to a puppet. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's in the dark. They like to get in there. They like to go into the manhole. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
God.
Yeah.
General Flynn has not had the background on that, and I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I'm going to admit that. I don't know what the background is. I'm not sure I want to know what the background is. Even using the word back and round is really bad.
That's right. That's not a good place.
So we're not going to go there tonight. We'll have to go. Chad, General, can you ask Chad Caton if we should explain? Gosh, General, I don't know how you do it, by the way. It's like you're on a business trip and you brought like your stepson or something.
Chris Farley.
Yeah. He's just out there rocking the music.
He is. We got the music turned up, blasting right now in the RV because
He's taking requests, by the way, General, on Twitter right now, or X. And he's taking song requests.
I got to put this Latina back here. I mean, this isn't crazy. This is crazy. Puppet, you don't know what you have. You don't know how good you have it.
Oh, I wish
Chad.
you guys can fit a puppet on the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. Join us.
You could
Join
just
us.
shove him in a trunk, General. If you need space, and his head is made of a MyPillow, and so if you ever need a place to sleep,
his head is made up of MyPillow.
that's true
I'm
story.
soft and
God.
cuddly, General.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
where he was
God.
born. Actually, Puppet was
a great
born in a MyPillow factory.
That's right.
Great commercial for MyPillow. I love.
Yeah,
MyPillow.
I was a bunch of scraps, and Papa Pillow Geppetto put me back together.
Yeah, and this is what happened. So when in Pinocchio, they wanted a real boy, and in the MyPillow factory, Mike Lindell I want a real conservative, and out of the pillows, Puppet Carlson was born.
He doesn't even know it, but it happened.
Yeah, he snuck
Puppet
out.
Carlson. I love it. Puppet Carlson, and so I understand that you have either a very close kissing cousin in Tucker. Is that true?
Yeah, we're brothers from a different mother. Yeah, and I typically sometimes go on tour with Puppet with Tucker.
Your pillows from a different bed.
That's right. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, and sometimes I end up in the suitcase.
You see, that's why he
Suitcase.
led. That's why he led the intelligence agencies. Puppet. That was a very smart joke.
I mean,
So General, you've met Tucker, and friends of ours have met Tucker. Now, when our friend Allie Legg met Tucker, I call her Allie Leger. When she met Tucker, she showed Tucker a picture of Puppet, and he got a kick out of it. So our goal one day, so next time you talk to Tucker, because you guys are buds and everything, and a version of him appears in your movie. The actor that played him did a great job. And so when you get to see Tucker, you're going to say, hey, have you seen this Puppet? He looks
Puppet.
Well, here's what I'm going to
similar
do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm serious about this because I actually think it would be one of the most sold out, video streaming audiences of all time if Tucker Carlson interviewed Puppet Carlson. I mean, I would watch it. I would watch it just for just to see the intellectual debate between MyPillow Puppet by the name of Puppet Carlson and Tucker Carlson. And I'm going to ask Tucker. I'm going to tell him when he does it, where his like he used to wear his bow tie. I'm going to ask him where to wear his bow tie, and maybe Puppet will do the same. Actually, because you guys look so similar. I'm going to do that because I actually think that would be a great, with all of the madness that we're facing in the world, we need some levity. And I actually think, because I know Tucker Carlson has an incredible sense of humor. And the one thing that I've learned about you, Puppet, is you have a similar laugh. His laugh is a very good laugh. And
I love Tucker's laugh, and I love Tucker's sense of humor. I agree. So and I think that would be a heck of a time to do an interview with Tucker. I think I'd have some great questions for him, and he might have a question or two for me. You know what I mean?
We gotta make that happen. Oh, that's insane. We gotta make that. I'm serious. As soon as I get done, I'm texting him and I'm going to tell him, Tucker, I just talked to your brother, Puppet, and he gave me a great idea. And the idea is that to have Puppet get on and do a really serious interview of you on the TCN, on the Tucker Carlson Network, and let's get it live, and let's do it live stream it all over every social media platform, especially down into these people down in Australia who are trying to shut down Elon Musk. Christ, everybody else in the world is shutting down X, And seriously, we should do something. What we need to do is we need to put our sense of humor right back at these bastards, right? Excuse me. We need to make sure that we laugh in their face because otherwise we're going to go mad and we can't let these people get the best of us, right? So we've got to use our humor.
There's too many puppets in politics. I figure we need one on our side.
That's exactly right.
God, that's so true.
But General, you make a good point, and that's what we try to do on DC After Dark. We try to, we talk about the news, but we try to do it from a fun angle because you got to laugh sometimes. We'll go on weird tangents. We interact with the audience. But yeah, this is a very serious time, but you do have to bring a sense of humor to it because it could be overwhelming if you don't. And You know, that's why I love what you're doing on the bus tour. I love that you have your stepson in the background jamming up to 80s rock. I mean, but you're having fun, you're meeting people, but you're also touching lives. And I've seen the live streams of people who are at your event streaming what they're seeing, and and everybody is moved by the film and by the event. What you're doing is so necessary right now in this country, I think, not only the story, but the bus tour.
Yeah, and the story, it is a very serious story, but we also, there's some fun moments in it too. There's some fun moments in it because, you know, I come from an Irish Catholic family. You know, we grew up with a large family. You know, we grew up as my father was a sergeant in the Army. We had a great life, you know, a tough life. And so we have that Irish wit, and particularly my brother Jack, but my brother Joe, my sister Mary is really funny. So there's some fun moments, but, you know, I know you guys, and I know that we could sit on this show and talk about the war in the Middle East, the war in Eastern Europe. We could talk about the border invasion. We could talk about potential, you know, cyber attacks and health diseases and all the madness. But you know what? Everybody knows that we've got problems. What we're looking for is we're really looking for champions out there. That's what I'm looking for. And I find them in regular grassroots American people that we touch every day. And that's what I'm really blessed to be able to do on this tour. And I've been around the country at another tour that we do, the Reawaken America tour, but this one is the Flynn Film Tour. And it's just amazing running into people. Yeah, it's just amazing running into people that we resonate with. And frankly, a lot of people that you know had a different opinion about Mike Flynn, about General Flynn, and now they watch the movie and they're like, oh my God, I did not know those things. I did not know that. And they're blown away by some of the revelations that we do have. So the movie is an inspiring tale. You know, it really is at the end, because I think people need that sort of call to action, you know. And so, you know, go to flynnmovie.com. You know, all kinds of live, it's streaming everywhere right now. I mean, you mentioned a few of them, you know, but Apple iTunes, Salem, YouTube, these are big deals. I mean, you know, and it's good because I'm still censored quite a bit, actually. But what's happened, what I've learned in this endeavor with this film, is that the American people, there's a large chunk of them, and I'm not just talking about, you know, people that are right on the line of conservatism, but a lot of Americans, they don't want to watch Barbie. They don't want to watch Willy Wonka 2. You know, we've seen that. They don't want to watch Aquaman and all this fake stuff. What they're looking for is authenticity, and they're looking for the truth. And then, so when they listen to great podcasts like you guys have, you know, great shows where it's authentic and it's very honest. You know, I mean, for me, I was a news junkie. I still am an information junkie, but I used to be one of these guys, and I like political things. I like war flicks. I mean, I like, you know, the older flicks out there. You know, and I do a lot of podcasts about what's going on around the world. That's my thing, you know, as a national security advisor, as the head of one of the largest intel agencies in the world. So, I can do all that. But what I really wanted to do was to tell this story of what America is becoming and what we can do to keep ourselves on the rails. Because right now, guys, we are off the rails, David. We're off the rails, Puppet. And man, if there's somebody that has the brain capacity to understand that would be you, Puppet. I mean, you and your twin Tucker, you guys are two of the smartest people I've ever met. And Tucker,
thank you.
Tucker, actually, you know, what I should have done, Puppet, is I should have actually asked you to be in the movie.
That's right.
And not your cousin.
That's true. You know, I have very charismatic and good on camera.
People wouldn't have known the difference.
They wouldn't have known.
I don't think so. We're like spit and image.
But General, I have to interject though. You're giving Puppet a little bit too much intelligence. At the end of the day, he's still a dummy, and you know,
mannequin American.
Well, I'm just saying,
thank you very much.
Putting him on par with
mannequin
Tucker.
American. Dummy is a pejorative term.
Listen, his head is already big enough.
I think he's being racist. David, you're being racist against pillows.
I'm just saying, you got to keep puppets in their place. Next thing you know, he'll be demanding equal rights. And
Oh my
You know,
God.
we can't have that. He's a puppet.
So you have to, you guys, this is probably one of the most diverse, most equitable, most,
That's right.
socially correct show that I've ever been on, where I'm talking to a great guy and you, David, and I'm talking to a puppet named Puppet.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even be more original. A puppet named Puppet. I mean, God.
Well, exactly.
I'm trying to be real here.
You
Puppet
know?
named Puppet.
He's like, what do I call myself? I don't know. Puppet. And
Puppet.
Just saying.
Look, I'm trying to make a point.
That's like calling your pet. That's like calling your pet cat.
Right.
Cats don't come to you any good. How can you name a cat? I mean, I've had cats all my life. My wife names the cats. We don't have, cats don't come. They come, cat. Get the hell out of here, cat.
Right.
Get the
Jennifer
hell
Flynn,
out of here, Puppet.
Before you have to go to the next show, that's not going to be as fun as this one.
Exactly.
What is your favorite? And I'm not looking for the script answer. What is your favorite thing to eat on the tour?
Kit Kat bars.
Kit Kat bars. So how many? Okay. So is this what you get at every stop? A Kit Kat bar? Is this what you're consuming?
I'm a fanatic. I love Kit Kat bars. I can eat Kit Kat bars for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we have them. We bought them. We bought a bunch of them. Seriously, we bought a bunch of them when we were in Southern California. They melted. A whole bunch of them melted. We left them.
Ah.
Oh, well.
Wait. He's coming back. Hold on.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hold on. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
We stuck them in the freezer because they melted. They melted in the cab. Thank God we had them in the package. We kept them in the package. They melted. We stuck them in the freezer, and then we, I ate them for lunch today. So they were really good.
That's what you're eating Kit Kats for? Okay. Have you been to In-N-Out Burger?
Yes, In-N-Out Burger, fries and strawberry shakes. I'm a big In-N-Out Burger, fry and strawberry shakes. I had the double cheese the other night. It was like at least this big. The double cheeseburger, I ate one at like 11:30 at night, like literally 11:30 at night. And man, I had to, I was like, piling the Tums down the next morning.
With the Kit Kats.
When I woke up, it was, with the Kit Kats, no, the Kit Kats are actually, I love Kit Kat bars.
The Kit Kats
I love
quelch
Kit
the
Kat bars.
heartburn.
Yeah, we need to get an
In-N-Out
burger.
In-N-Out, yeah. Yeah, In-N-Out
you're
burgers
gonna get a
are really
cease and
good,
desist
but
from Kit Kat.
Their fries and strawberry shakes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, General, you're gonna get a cease and desist in about 5 minutes from Kit Kat. They're gonna be like,
here, look at it, look. Look at this. Look at that. That's seriously. That's my Kit Kat. This one's a little funky.
What kind of a Kit Kat is that?
Yeah, this one. Oh yeah, no, these are nice. This one's got a kind of a little. You can see where it kind of melted, and we froze it back together to get it back into shape. We had to literally shape these things back.
I'd be careful. Those look like those fentanyl knockoff Kit Kats. I would be careful.
Oh, jeez.
You're on the West Coast. You're approaching.
These are imported from Korea. Imported from Korea.
I don't know. I might.
I have a lot of friends in Korea, so I shouldn't say that.
Just make sure you have Chad try them.
Stealing Kit Kats from kids. Give me the Kit Kat, kid.
General, we appreciate you so much being on the show. We look forward to having you back on anytime. I'm impressed with how you were able to drive the bus while being on the show. It's a good thing you're in traffic. It was very impressive.
Great.
It's even more impressive that you're able to tolerate Chad Caton for this many days. But I'll tell you this, I love Chad Caton. That man back there behind you, he's one of the real ones. He's out there fighting every day, and he doesn't care. Yeah, he really is a warrior. We're proud to call him a friend. And General, we're proud to have you as a friend of DC After Dark as well. And we look forward to this Puppet Tucker face-off. We think it's going to be a really good show. We think it'll draw. Maybe we'll do like a charity thing with it too. Maybe save some kids.
I love it. I love it, Mo. I love it. Maybe that's what we do. So let's try it. I'm going to try that. I like that idea. You just gave me another idea there. That's great. Let's make it so anything that comes in from it, we figure out a really good charity for children that's worthy and that's actually doing something. Not some of these organizations that do nothing. But so I love it. I'm going to give it a shot.
I'd love to be part of it. Any way I can help.
Yeah. Let's try that. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for letting me debut here. Streaming all over the place. Go to flynnmovie.com. See you guys.
Movie.com,
Peace.
Congratulations, General. Big day today. Congratulations,
Thank
sir.
you. Congrats.
Thank you, guys. God bless. Bye.
Good night. God bless.
Great.
Well, there you have it, guys. We had
That was a big show.
that was awesome, man. I love General Flynn. He's such an authentic guy, real dude, and a real hero. And he's done so much for this country. And everybody should really check out the film, and because it tells a sobering story about what a country that he risked his life for, spent his career defending, what this country was able to do to him. And if they're able to do it to him, you know they can do it to all of us. And so
that's what Trump has always said. If they're doing it to me, they're going to do it to you. I'm just in the way. Well, General Flynn was another one of those guys who they did it to him, and now he's trying to keep them from doing it to us. And I appreciate that. And this movie is a great step in that direction. We got some good stuff over there on.
Yeah, let's check out the chats real quick. I'm going to turn my whole body here to look at the monitor here. I want to check out the chats because guys, I apologize. I wasn't in the chats because I was so engaged with the General Flynn interview, but it looks like we got a can from Maven. Thank you, Maven. 2 cans from Maven. We love cans on this show.
That's
so
right,
Maven, thank you for the cans. What was it? Cans and what was the other thing? It was cans and cans and cookie. 2 cans and 1 cookie. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah, so we love cans and cookies, and we really appreciate the Pilled audience. Thank you to the 2 Wild Irish Rose, to Maven, to who else is over there? We have 2 Wild Irish Rose is fantastic tonight. Ohio Kimmy, thank you very much for the cookie. Ziploc, thank you for the cookie. And Matt 1776, the CEO of Pilled, thank you for bringing the family. We appreciate you guys so much over there, and we appreciate the audience, everyone who joined in. Chad Caton is a riot. If you guys saw, man, he was just rocking out on that bus.
Oh,
that
yeah,
bus
man.
looks like a lot of fun to be on.
It sure does. Sure does.
Yeah. I didn't want to drink this whole time because, I felt uncomfortable, but he's eating Kit Kats. I guess I could have some bourbon.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think General Flynn probably drinks a little bourbon now and then.
Probably.
Seems like.
I don't know. I mean, assuming everybody drinks
I don't know.
bourbon.
I'm making it up, but
He's a man's man, General Flynn, so I'm
like
assuming he does
man.
drink bourbon because
He's like
men
a
drink
man.
bourbon.
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Puppet, great show tonight.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, I'm excited for this Tucker thing. I hope it happens. I think it will
That
happen.
would be crazy. That would be crazy. I would have to prepare for a long time.
You'd have to get a tutor because General Flynn thought you were a smart guy.
I'd have to poop.
He should have done his background
himself.
for an intelligence guy. He should have realized you're I don't know, man, if you can hold up to
You're
Tucker.
saying, what you're saying is
Just saying you're kind of a dummy. I mean,
he's not the General Flynn, even though he's an intelligence officer. Isn't that intelligent? Because he said I was
I'm
smart?
just saying he should have
That's
known
what
you were kind of a dummy. I don't,
I am kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
Not quite, because I'm a puppet, but I'm kind of a dummy.
Maven with another cookie. Actually, I'm trying to be funny and mess with you a little bit, but I do think you're fantastic. And so I'm trying hard to give you a hard time because I know the viewers like it when we josh each other.
Yeah.
But man, you're so much fun to have on the show. I appreciate you so much, Puppet.
Well,
you
thanks,
make people
bud.
laugh.
I appreciate you. I'm glad to be here. Matt Couch was had a stressing day at therapy today.
Yeah, he's still recovering. Yeah,
he's still
we miss
recovering.
him
So he
tonight.
couldn't make it tonight. Yeah, we sure do. It's always fun to have Matt on the show as well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We'll hopefully see him on Thursday.
Yep,
We'll see everyone here on Thursday, and who knows? Maybe we'll get something cooking with Tucker, or we'll get a cease and desist, one or the other. We'll see.
I wonder, has Tucker been on Pilled? Because let me tell you this, I'll promise you over the Pilled audience, we will make sure we're streaming this on Pilled. We're going to get Tucker on Pilled. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. But man, General Flynn, what a hero. And we're getting pictures from Chad Caton. So yeah, I want to send a few thank yous before we end because I really enjoyed the show. But I want to thank you, Puppet, because you are
Chad saying that General Flynn is texting Tucker right now.
Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I can't wait. I think he took a picture. So so we're basically talking to Tucker live on air right now. How cool is that?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The news is the breaking news is coming in.
Yeah, Puppet Tucker. Oh gosh, we might get confirmation like while we're on air that Tucker's down for this. And if that's true, Puppet, this would be a big deal.
That would be crazy.
It really would be crazy. I'll help you. I'll help you study. I'll shove some books in your head And
help me bone up on stuff.
well, I'm not helping you bone anything ever, but you know
that would be good. You'd love it.
I'd like that you told General Flynn about your manhole. That was
Puppet and Pollock doing the London Bridge.
No, we're not doing any bridges at all. So not
Okay,
happening.
fine.
Yeah. But I want to send out some thank yous real quick. Again, first to the Pilled audience, to Maven, to Wild Irish Rose, Matt 1776, to Ziploc and Ohio Kimmy. Thank you guys so much for all the love out there and everybody else who is joining in on the chat. We appreciate you guys. We also appreciate Chad Caton. I can't thank you enough, Chad Caton. Thank you so much for cheerleading, giving us background music, and always promoting us. We appreciate you so much. And Matt Couch, we hope you feel better, man. You're going through a lot. It is a lot to recover from losing a leg. Matt has been a soldier this whole time. He's ahead of schedule on his recovery, but we're thinking about him tonight and hope he feels better soon. And
if you want to support Matt on his recovery, you can go to dcpatriot.com.
That's right.
That's our website, news site, dcpatriot.com. And there is a link on there that says help Matt recover. You can click that link and follow along through his recovery. Through the ability to give him a donation to recover. You can also buy some merch from our shop over at faithandfreedom.com. You can go to dcpatriot.com and click the shop button. There's some cool new shirts over there. The I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore shirt of David's. The I'd rather be drunk with Puppet at a Waffle House shirt.
I think we should send that to General Flynn as a gift.
Okay, we should do that.
I think we're going to do that.
Don't touch my manhole shirt.
No, I think we didn't read him up on the manhole yet. I think we'll do that for the second date. We should save the manhole for second date, but I definitely think I'd rather be drunk with Puppet in a Waffle House should go to General Flynn with some Kit Kats.
I need to get one of those too.
Yeah, let's make that happen. Brian, if you're watching, let's get Matt's let's get General Flynn's address there. I don't know how we're gonna send it to him. He's on a moving van. Like we're gonna have to plan to have it at a stop before he gets there, kind of a thing. It'll be like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Remember that game?
Yes, I like that game.
Yeah. Where
it's kind of like one of those Domino's pizza where you can have them deliver it to like the middle of nowhere.
Remember the Noid?
Yes. Oh, avoid the Noid.
Avoid the Noid. Yeah. So, and he's actually in the West. He's in Portland right now. He's got to avoid a lot of Noids over there. Kind. Anyway, but yeah, we got to do that. We're gonna send General Flynn a shirt there and some Kit Kats to keep him going. He was eating some.
General's a medium. Chad says General's a medium.
Oh, that's what Chad said.
Yeah.
A medium or a schmedium?
A schmedium.
A schmedium is when you get those tight mediums to show off your muscles. And General Flynn's actually pretty ripped. You see him in his surfing video.
So am I.
Yeah, well, it's true.
I had a seam ripped the other day.
Oh, well, I don't want to know how that happened, Puppet.
The Noid was great.
The Noid was great, wasn't it? Was great. I'm trying to pull up the restream here. I don't know where the heck it is. That's what happens when you're live, and I don't know how to use technology. But what happened to Puppet? He disappeared.
I'm here.
All right. Well, let's wrap up.
I had to make sure my seams weren't showing.
But you don't rip a seam, Puppet. Get so excited. I'm gonna rip a seam.
I ripped my pants.
Gosh. Okay. All right, Puppet. I'm going to go and end this show. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on Thursday night, 8 p.m. as always. And don't forget, we will see you Monday, 7 p.m. We're actually going to try to do a X space while we're doing the show on Monday.
That would be awesome.
If we can get that tech working. And then, so Monday night, we've got the Dave Pollock Show, 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. DC After Dark. We'll be here for you every week. Thank you guys for watching. Good night, everybody.
See ya.